And we're back into the swing of things. It's going to be Timbermen taking on Strife, map number 3. Last time these two teams faced off, it went the full 30 rounds. These two teams are neck and neck when it comes down to this map. But Timbermen were looking like the better squad overall on Mirage. If they can replicate that one here, if they're still in solid enough form to take down Strife and eliminate them from ECL, who am I to say anything?
It would be a nice recovery mission from these guys after their last series loss to Strife, but can they recover? That's a big question. Shane will deliver a beautiful headshot right there. And now trying to dance between these barrels angles, only good for a single frag so far.
What?
Look at this from Jules. How on earth is he still standing? The body shots eventually come through, but it's still a 1v3 for Infinite. I don't know if enough's been done.
Yeah, there's still no bomb planted despite the UI saying otherwise. But it doesn't matter, as Droid is going to lock in the last headshot. Timbermen are going to pick up the first round, the pistol here, in a bit of a wild one that went down on that B site. The smoke's not providing enough cover for that barrels player, and Timbermen are able to dice up the duels in a way that are basically untradeable from Strife. Every man for himself, and Timbermen, that's what's been working for them.
Yeah, it's been working out wonderfully there. They're able to get past it. That entry, though, on the first play towards barrels was wild. Then they continue to throw resources at the problem. And I feel like outside of Joel's landing some very nice shots and nearly finding himself a couple, if there was anyone else that could have helped out there with that B defense, they would have had so much better of an opportunity right there. So a bit of a shock. But this is the first time that Timbermen have been on the right foot in this series at the start of a map, so I wonder how that's going to fare for them here long term, right? They could get things going early as opposed to being a late starter.
All right, we'll see if they can keep the momentum moving here for Timbermen. They had a huge spree of rounds on their T side of Mirage, and then capped it off with the spree of CT side rounds. It was 5-0 for Strife, and then one-way traffic the rest of the way for the Timbermen. And they even lost a force buy in the midst of all that. You know, it wasn't even Dare who had the insane pop-off map for the Timbermen like he normally does. It was Frankie really locking down the extremities on that T side and anchoring that B site on the CT end of things that really brought this map home for this unit.
Yeah, I felt like he was a part of every round in that second half. He was just flawless. Actually, both halves he was very effective, but that second half he was just always in the right place to defend, and he was a huge asset. This is a weird round, though. Two smokes left and right side of pillar. They are kind of at a standstill, handshaking that once these fade away, that's when the explosions start.
Yeah, Nav about to leap forward with this MAC-10. First kill goes for Infinite, but is quickly traded. And then the spacing is really here for the Timbermen. I think that's what really helps them out. The plant's going in for Frankie, and there's simply no plant denial. Or is there, as ESL finds him through the smoke? Goes down to the 2v3, but with stamina dealt with, all eyes on that short position. I think both players noted. And Strife are already not just considering the save, they are saving. It's Timbermen 2-0.
Yeah, I really don't think they would have had a chance there. Joel's is already down to 28 HP. ESL does have a kit, which is maybe making that decision a little bit surprising. But realistically, you're going to walk into a crossfire without stamina in the server. It's probably not going to happen. And Timbermen up to 2-0 here. This is a bit of a hunt here from Snav. He doesn't turn the corner there. Not into them. Doesn't give them any weapons there. They're so close to each other, but neither are going to fight here. And two weapons brought into the next round here. Strife still going to be lacking. And a 0-3 start could take place for Timbermen.
Same momentum, same real discipline out of this team. They have some really just good spacing, good executes. That's what this team has brought to the table. They're a very experienced unit. I think a lot of people take that away from from these guys. At least the core of this squad. Dare, Snap, and Shane have been together for something along the lines of like 4 years.
Wow.
You know, eventually you just get that synergy and you win rounds that way.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see, you know, obviously I don't think that's ever going to change, right? If you're sticking around for that long, you know, that's kind of the team that you're working with. And it'd be interesting to see, you know, how some of the small adjustments are made, right? Because it is a very strong trio. Dare in the op has proven himself to be incredibly effective. And then obviously you have Shane with the anchoring that he can do. So there's some strength there in that trio, but we'll see, you know, again, if they can take it an extra element, right? Making it a deep run in towards ECL playoffs would be huge in that factor. They have to get past Strife here first to stay alive.
5-man stack.
A stack, it's just going to get dispatched stuff. They walked right into it, but they threw really effective utility to make that a lot easier.
I think that's what's been really the defining characteristic between Timbermen and Strife is just really good utility sets. Again, that drilled nature that we've been talking about for this team. You know, they have it in them. Just when they individually show up, when they can pound for pound play against a lot of teams, I think they do run the better strats, the better setups. I think Strife today have been a little bit on the wrong foot when it comes down to that. It's been a lot of just heavy hitting opening frags. That map of Inferno was just completely dominated by stamina. But at the end of the day, it was just a blip for Timbermen. They got right back on their feet in Mirage. Frankie was handling them, all things said. But Timbermen were playing the better CS. I think that's a bit undoubtable.
Yeah, no question. First gun round, though, this is where the rubber meets the road for Timbermen. They have to continue to deliver. There doesn't seem to be any defaulting towards that A-bomb site. Super B-centric here, so this execute lining in. There was a missed molly, though, towards barrels that is going to complicate this execute. It's going to force a little bit of discomfort.
Okay.
Deals with one. Needs to find the second. They're already up short.
Oh, they're already up short, and surprise, ESL could not cover them all off. He's only good for the one, but then proceeded to fall off the angle, and 2 more swing through, and Infinite cannot spray them all down. It's really that opening from Dare that just breaks everything apart. Just because the contact play from Timbermen, it makes Strife feel pressured to go for an information play that dearly costs them. Like, Timbermen are giving Strife opportunities to make mistakes. And that is one that Timbermen will capitalize upon.
Yeah, that's a great way to kick off your first gun round right there. That was a heavy B-side setup, right? They weren't missing any, like, resources right there, but Dare finds that first opening pick. And even despite, like, the clunky execute, they missed a molly. They're still able to run through. And, I mean, fortunately, there was no one in towards barrels that they had to flush out or anything like that. There was everyone just huddled around the wood wall. Distractions every which way. Dare actually did a lot of work there, like you said, and, not going the way of Strife here. They're losing a little bit of momentum that is carried over from that last map, right?
This is bold here from Joel's. It's getting a lot of information, all things said. Doesn't even need to take a duel for his teammates to be able to work the magic. Stamina now on the line, but the Jiggle Peak baits the shot. Timberman with a lot of information to work with now.
They're waiting for this flank from Jules.
Oh! But he just gets ripped to shreds. An instant headshot, and perhaps that flank a little too premature, because there's a minute on the clock for Timbermen to work anything across the entirety of Overpass.
Yeah, that was an easy pickup right there, but in this 4v5 and down 4-0, might be worth it to just go for this sort of gamble here if you're Strife. They have everyone huddled outside of B, hoping that no one flanks forward towards A, but just as I say that here, you're seeing a very rapid rotation from ESL. It's still 3 though. It's still the trio, but they contact it right into a player playing dodge flash, nav, double entry. Stamina has to hold it down. He can't afford to miss, and he's just fallen short on the mark there.
Oh!
The bomb's been dropped in towards a pit.
Oh no, but it's simply not enough. He needed more than just a 2. He needed a triple kill or more. And with Eris legged down to 15 points of health, he's out of there. Now you do have to plant that bomb. And thankfully so, Shane will get it in. It's going to be a 5-0 start for Timbermen. These gun rounds simply not working for Strife. The contact plays out of Timbermen are working consistently. Are Strife going to adapt?
Contact plays are so much more effective, especially when you have that man advantage. You can see it right there, man advantage. They're hoping that they can just catch him off guard with that gamble stack towards B. ESL contains the shot. Very clean work from him. Don't go chase him with the op, though. We'll see if Shane can grab that there. It's tossed a little bit outside from Bath, but Shane will grab it. Okay, all good. As long as you hold on to that op, I think that's a key detail, right? Still a little bit expensive there towards the tail end there. ESL will definitely take that. 0-5, though, on the T side of Overpass. A bit of a statement.
Getting a lot of these contact plays. I want to see an adjustment. What are Strife going to do? They got proactive in that particular round, but maybe an oversight towards the end. Thinking a bit optimistic when you decide to push all the way down into that A ramp, hoping that, you know, no one's watching or they're getting ready to execute that B site. This time around, Joel's is up to similar shenanigans in towards the fountain side. And he will be successful this time around. Frankie caught. And just need to fall back, reset. And it's a solid man advantage here for Strife.
Love that Joel's so willing to bail out after that as well. I think Strife just need to start off a round on the right foot. So getting that man advantage and maintaining it here is so very key. That's why Joel's just very clearly wanted to run. He didn't want to stick around and try and, you know, be the hero to try and win the round straight up, because that's easy chances for them to just pull that round back. But again, with the contact here.
Oh, wow.
And this time they're crouching below the crosshairs. Snakes is going to be in for a very rude awakening.
Yep, Spot is there. He's dead. Instant. Now players inside of pit, but now smoked out is Infinite. He's going to go for the big swing, looking for a pick, an overextended player. But the Molly's denying him. ESL, though, good on the taps, and Infinite fights one back. ESL with another, and Dare down to 5 HP is going to go ahead and save. Big heroics that come out from Infinite and ESL there.
Some nice taps right there from ESL, man. It's super difficult to defend the B bomb site up against full executes in between mollies and flashes with a FAMAS. But he makes that gun sing right there. Beautifully done. Like you said, I had a little bit of support there from Infinite and Joel's, or the opening pick from Joel's there. Not enough resources this time, and that's what a 4v5 can do for you, right? If there's more trade potential, Timbermen probably more willing to take that space and go for the ground towards, you know, pit. But you can see right now they find this opening pick. No one really wants to turn the corner there and around that angle and you know, sacrifice a trade or anything like that, because they can't really afford it.
So Strife finally get the engine going. Good amount of players survive, but Stamina still on a glass cannon AWP. Gonna post up from party. But right now, oh, I'm surprised Joel's even got away with that. Droid was prepared for the aggression. But Joel's won the outright fight. So yet another man advantage for the French-Canadian of Strife. And Frankie, not much to say here on short. We're going to see another opening pick go the way of Strife. Timbermen have found ways to make these close, but that trend seems to be fading.
Back to the contact. They're going to run it back here. Jump spot confirms. Don't jump spot again, though, Snakes. Optus train on your location. 20 bullets spam down range, but Frankie's moving forward.
Oh, Infinite thought he could peek forward to take the fight, and now Snakes is out of commission. These 1v1 fights, fighting into multiple players, and these side anchors are getting punished. Now, Aris has dropped down into the site. They don't seem prepared for him right now. Stav, however, does not care. 1 HP, he's going to get the plant in at least and establish the post plant, but will die on the way out. Low HP for some of these Strife players, but it might not matter if you're facing down there. The shot does not connect, and it puts it onto the new boy, Frankie. The first kill is his. The option doesn't connect out of Stamina, but needs to stop the defuse, and Stamina just swings it again. Strife, second in a row.
My God, right there. I thought the dare was right on the money with that shot, but very tricky angle to deal with right there. I love that the headshot angle was prioritized. Difference maker though, ARS here. Another massive multi-kill from him. Delivers them the round. Helped out there with a little clutch factor from Stamina. Timberman always scary, but with 2 rounds lost in a row and with a lot of economic damage done, if you remember with the like saved op from Aris, it actually is super costly. The economy's broken pretty quickly despite the 0-5 start.
Yeah, again, pursuing the saving players has actually cost them here. The same could be said for Strife, though. And to say that Timbermen haven't hit a deal headshot, I'd be lying. Inferno proved to be a lethal map for these weapons. See if they can put anything together. Shane's just been spotted out.
I like to play these rounds slow. Yeah, I was about to say, that's the key here. They're just going to burn as much util as possible. Out of the pockets here. Every molly that's dispensed is an extra advantage. You know, it's an extra rebuy there. Stamina spotted the full army around the corner here. And they're ready for it. They're prepared.
Yeah, swings there. First shot's his. Joel's also on the line, but Stamina's going to go ahead and swing them all for a 4K. That's some confidence rolling out from the IGL and the AWP. For Strife. More like what we saw on Inferno. This man on the CT side just is it's the opening pick. He just goes for every single swing. Good to see him heat up.
That it is. Jules has been taking his place in the last 2 rounds, though. It's the work being done right there from them. Jules, he's done it again. Now that's 3 in a row that he's found the opening pick. Not to say that it was all that impressive in the last round. It was just a block that he was up against, but still super effective. That back-to-back rifle rounds he has delivered a 4v5 for Strife, and it's been instrumental in their success in the defense.
But Stamina this time is posted up towards the B side. Different look out of Strife as they hand over most of the A control over to the T side. So Timbermen will work the map control, start to press forward. But considering the finance is already running low on utility, we might have to see another contact play come out of this unit. And I'm not sure how many more times Strife are going to fall for this kind of trickery.
They're reinforcing this B bomb site heavily. There's a lurk smoke up, and they're moving quickly on in, but there is still the stacked presence.
Oh my goodness, it's Stamina sniping them all down. He's gonna put up 3 real quick. And then the follow-up. It is just a massacre. Onto this A site from Bank. Stamina withdraws 3 kills and another round for Strife.
They let him heat up. They let him heat up. That's no good for their chances. Hop shots just continue to ring on out, completely disrupting that setup here. See that 3rd kill here. Eris alongside him, 11 and 4 for him. Some real heroics being done from what has been a super deadly trio of Joel's, Stamina, and Eris in terms of the impact there. They're able to deliver on the server right now. Forcing another half buy here from Timbermen, maybe calling it a timeout to try and just settle things a little bit, right? Because as of recent, been falling a little bit out of the picture.
Yeah, it feels exactly like Mirage, but roles reversed. Timbermen pick up that first 5. They're looking confident. Contact plays, keep working. The game plan's on point. Now you're down to a Tech 9 rush. Gonna wait this molly out and towards short. And you best believe that things are gonna get quite explosive here on the B side as 4 pistols make their way up short. Flashbangs are primed from Snav outside a monster. Stamina looking the wrong way, could get overrun by these pistols if the rifles don't help out, and that they do. The mowdown is there, a clean one for Strife, 5-all.
Nice and tight, even grabbed the up there towards the tail end from Infinite. I wasn't sure if they were going to find it, but they do. Only 1 player falls. And the crucial gun is recovered here. We're tied up, like you said. Strife have remanufactured the momentum. They've rediscovered it. I don't think they've had it since that 0-5 start on Mirage. It's got to feel good back to be in the driver's seat. Another timeout called.
All right. Really wanting to mull things over right now.
Wonder who this is on, right? If it's Timberman. They've been calling a lot of these, and these timeouts are perfect to disrupt the momentum. So I'm interested to see if that would work out. Might go and take a peek, see.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's actually coming out from the Strife camp. Calling in this one.
Okay.
Maybe you want to find a little adaptation, want to keep your opponents guessing. You know, so the timeouts can also be called for, you know, very mundane things. Sometimes someone just wants to use the restroom, man, and they call it TO for that. It's not all just like insane tactical depth. You know? Although we would love to think of it like that. Man calling the shots from the back line, you know, he's being a leader. He's just trying to use the restroom, man. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. That is sometimes what is often the case. Every time I read into a timeout, it's like... I've done post-game interviews like, oh, no, it's a bathroom break. Like, all right. Sure.
Did that timeout turn around the game? No, man, I was just using the restroom.
Yep. Yeah, it's wild, actually, how common that is in online Counter-Strike. Right now, what's wild here is the control. They're going to walk right into another stack there, and none other to Stamina himself, but this time, no 3K from him. He's bested with 0.
Oh, and Frankie comes through and salvages the situation. Eris could have found multiple kills, but somehow these trades go back and forth. That's the pinstripe rolls through the kill feed. It settles down to a 2v2. There's flanks on the flankers, lurks on the lurkers, and a retake onto this A site. Infinite with the nade in towards Bank. I think he can begin to isolate out the players, but he can't isolate out that shot from Dare almost locks it in single-handedly, but only takes a tag. Doesn't matter as Snap swings through the flames, and Timbermen will break the deadlock.
Finally. Able to break on through right there. Timbermen, excellent round right there. I was going to say, everything was lining up. Strife once again. Perfect read comes through. They had the numbers. They had the player flanking up connector. Everything was looking their way. But the flashes, again, one thing we've noted here, Timbermen, they have excellent utility. Even when things look a little bit bleak for them on some of these executes, when they're walking in stacks and such, they're so ready here. But Stamina needs to ready his op here. There's two players over towards short. They don't continue to press the issue, though.
Short control taken here by Strife. First time in a while. I think it's actually the first time this half I've even seen this so far, but Timbermen seem aware of it, potentially. Just outside of reach of Dare's scope was Infinite's feet. So full information here, basically free of charge for Strife.
Going up a connector here, a little bit of antics from Infinite. No, he's going to stick around the bottom of the connector. Labored onto Frankie, that cost him. Missed shot there, and now Stamina's been baited out. Upshot rings on out, but there's a flank up short. What is that flick, though?
Right now, he's in a bit of a bind. He's going to take a moment to try and fall back, deal with the site player's Stamina. He's putting up the hold right now. He's spinning left and right. He's a turret. At the moment, he puts up a triple kill and then runs him down with the P250. Stamina's on fire right now.
What is happening right now? How is Stamina getting out of this position? How on earth was he able to stay alive? I just don't know, but my God, was that a pretty round right there from Stamina. What do you do against it? Look at the way that he's able to chop those duels up right there. He finds the first frag. He doesn't even get fazed by the fact that people are spamming him down. He just turns his attention towards where the defense needs to be. And he delivers. That's something you don't get out of many oppers right there. That sort of initiative.
You love to see another tech pause out of Strife because you know they probably got loud. There's a possibility that, you know, they could be breaking things. I'm sure Stamina is just a light right now. Man, 14-6. These rounds being delivered with these incredible multi-kills that he's able to find. How does he get out of that situation? I don't know.
Beautiful, though. Excellent work being done. Just going to put them in such a powerful position. So confidence is continuing to be built here. It's up against another half buy here from Timbermen, so chance to take the lead for Strife is looming in front of them. They just need to reach out and grab it.
All right. Tech pause over. A little bit of a reconnect needed, but we're all good. On the flip side, Timbermen seem to have lost their steam. Once again, it's Strife who are back in the driver's seat financially, confidence-wise. They are brimming. Stamina is brimming. Especially on these CT sides. And when Strife start to feel it, the firepower starts to ring through. Things can get messy. But now going to the B site. A bit awkward. Triple setup. Flashes are incredibly effective. But once they fade, that's where Snakes opens up. Eventually ran down by the Tech 9s, though, and all three B defenders fall. 2v2, but no one's there to plant the bomb just yet. And that might just be out in the open where Stamina's op can prey upon it.
Just joining forces here. Oh, it's so very tense though. Waiting for this aggression now, puts it all into a game of timing. Finally, a miss comes through from Stamina. But Droid gets caught on a reload here. He might not be able to defend his teammate trying to punch in the numbers. Droid down low. Other Joel's. And it will be finished off by Stamina. Strife gonna close out a very scary 2v.
Great round out of Timbermen. Their executes have always been solid. Just imagine if they had AKs on that one. Snakes would have been dead a lot quicker. So, Timbermen with the guns out. Can they keep the good times rolling on the T side? This time around, turning up the pace towards the A side, but Strife have the right position. They have a three-man setup. And Joel's walking through his smoke. Oh my goodness, he has the whole team right next to him on the other side of that wall. And he could just far, but no, the double swing is there. Infinite cannot also find success. There is a flank, though, coming in from Eris on long bathrooms. One that could potentially drop the bomb or just get more kills, but turns his back to his opposition. The flank now gets dealt with by Dare, and suddenly a 1 versus 2. But Snakes, did he just pick the right position?
Oh, he did, and I wonder if he spotted him jumping up right there, because he jumped down as soon as that happened. Dare. He waits for the flashbang first. He doesn't turn the corner, but Snakes is already here waiting for them inside the pit position. He finds the first, he finds the second. Snakes bails them out. A missed shot from Dare cost them. And it will be a winning half from Strife.
Oh, that's going to be a bit frustrating for Timberman and joyous for Strife as that mad one down in the bathrooms goes down. Like, look at this. It's just a non-stop brawl. Next up, Eris. He pushes through. His back's turned to his opposition. It goes down to the clutch for Snakes. He's got it in. Strife up by 2. Timberman, however, they didn't quite secure the plant, but the loss bonus will allow a purchase. So at least for the final round of the half, we'll have some fireworks. But these last couple of rounds have certainly delivered. Whoa, just stapled to the wall right there. The op headshot.
That's what you need right there sometimes. That's a huge way to open up rounds. Just running up short. And an op is the perfect counter to that play right there. Usually it is an op that will turn that corner, but immediately after finding that first pick, he rotates back over towards the A-bomb site. So dynamic here from Stamina. And he's in the right position here to deal with this.
Oh, Joel's, he could hear the drop down here. Any footsteps that are made, but not ready for snap. The jump up's too good. That's the call out. Multiple towards long. Oh, Stamina. No idea until he swings out for the kill. Almost hits the next. Molly at his feet. He will survive on 1 point of health.
One HP here, and he can still find one more. He has the right weapon. He can still do damage with this bomb yet to be planted here. Oh, and Snavy can't afford to turn the corner. He knows it. He knows it's too much of a liability, too much of a risk here, but he's out in no man's land down low. Bomb still yet to be planted, but Eris surfaces forward here. And Droid stuck. Trying to help his teammate out here, Shane. He's going to take the off angle here to plant the bomb, avoiding the spam, avoiding the grasp. They're still trying to press the issue.
10 seconds left. Droid has to cover his teammates, and he's done just that. He stalled out enough time. The damage taken by these CTs, it's too much to bear for this retake. Timbermen are looking to put this as close as possible, unless another clutch from Snakes, and Droid will stop that one in its track. We're going to bring this one to a halftime break as Strife versus Timbermen. Checking on these replays. 8-7 at the half. Strife are up just barely in the lead, able to recoup some of that momentum towards the later end of the CT side. Well, Timberman kind of let it go. So now heading on to this CT end of things, though, that's where Dare does his best work. It's where the op works its magic, as we were seeing evidently from Stamina, and just bringing rounds home single-handedly for his team. It might be a little bit more difficult on this T side. We'll see, as this will be the last half of this series. Loser is out of Challenger League.
Pressure's on. Last half's going to decide who moves forward here. Continues to try and make their name known in ECL, and who's going to be heading out a little bit sour here. Snav close by, immediately dispatches of one, but of course that quick trade comes on through. There's still so much more they have to crack through, and Shane gets caught. Transition out. No, he can't escape, but it will be Droid right in the back lines helping out. You're good with another frag as well. Droid just mows them all down. Timbermen off to the races here in the second half.
It's rare that you see a mow down with a USP, but that's how you would characterize it right there. Troy just taps out a couple armorless are those T's as they try to walk on through. And it's 8-all. Good setup also from the Timbermen. They had the right idea of how this play was going to pan out. Player tucked close, as well as support from the dice box there. Just an overall good pistol setup for the Timbermen. And it puts Strife. They're going to be on the full eco. This half is going to start off nicely for Timbermen. They'll settle down to a first gun round. But, you know, I talk about Dare all the time. I started to mention Frankie. I want to see how he will be performing, especially as one of the more aggressive components down towards the B site. He will be on anchor duty for this squad, and boy, has he been the asset for this team. See how it performs. Right now, it's Snav. He's out in the open right now, facing down 5 Glocks. But Dare with support. Thanks for the 4K. And the 5th doesn't come via the dualies, unfortunately. But this should be the round. Infinite finding a quick double dink. But there it is. 9-8. Timbermen starting to get things rolling.
Convert the freebie. But again, here's the rubber's going to meet the road here. It's going to be the full buy coming back in. Strife trying to get activated quickly, and this is a prime opportunity to do so. It's going to be Droid on an MP9 Frankie as well, and Shane locked in with the same weapons here. So opportunities certainly there. Double up on towards short with the boost. So 4 players hovering around this angle of the map.
Really trying to concentrate the resources. And boy, would this setup be insane. If Strife, they were thinking about testing it. But nothing giving. I'm feeling that a contact play is in the water. A lot of setup outside of Monster right now. However, Eris is going to be a long-term nuisance, not just in this round, but just in general for this game. He's already working that bathroom's position at the moment. Could get tough if things don't go Droid's way. Now Strife have an open map available to them.
Definitely opportunities. 40 seconds, though. Still a molly in Dare's hands that he can toss in to counter as soon as the utility comes through. He's just throwing that in towards the front of bathrooms. And he's soon going to feel the heat. Everyone's rotating in towards his location, and he just has to buy time. He has to stand his ground.
Off angle towards truck, but the flash, excellent. Dare still fights through it. And the second, the counter flash from Snav helping out greatly. But now he has to switch to the pistol. Snav, though, brings in some support. A double kill. And perhaps the round lockdown. Infinite needs both kills or getting the plant. Neither of which is going to happen. Snav a triple kill, Dare a double, and a 10th round for Timbermen.
My God. What a heroic defense right there from Dare, man. Solo on that A-bomb site, fully flashed by that as well. I don't even know what you can really do to counter that. They threw the right utility. They threw the right flashes there, but they just get sprayed down by Dare anyways. Doesn't matter. It's just an X factor that you can't account for right there, Strife. And now you're feeling like things can't go your way once again. A firm reminder of what Mirage was like for them as they're locked at 8 for a little while longer. Meanwhile, Timbermen starting to get themselves closer to extending their playoff chances.
Now, they have some heavy-hitting opponents in front of them, may I say. The loser of Nouns versus MIVR is a hell of an opponent to fight. But with this kind of form, I don't know who's to say it could be the favorites there, as Timbermen just sweep aside whatever eco that was from Strife. This team is looking quite on lock, may I say, but the gun round is underway.
And it is. Another rifle round coming through. It's good news. For Strife, they've got the reinvestments back in. They've got stamina back on the out here. This guy was a bit of a menace in that first half. Incredibly difficult to deal with. Eris, though, down early, and he splits the goalpost on that fight, so he goes down to 27 rather than finding the opening pick.
Oh, things are super awkward, and there's still 3 HE grenades that remain here for the Timbermen. It could come into play, but Shane, he has one of them, and he's about to get overrun right now. Joel's and Infinite combined. The nades are gonna strike true, somehow not taking down Eris. He will get the plant, survive, and probably call in a save now.
I can't believe he didn't die right there. No way. I guess they must have bounced a little bit too deep or something there, but either way, Eris is walking away laughing to the bank right there. Strife grabbed themselves a 9th round. Absolutely incredible. That's the sort of round that they needed right there. Quick and easy. Stops the momentum. Stops the bleeding from their side of things here. It's going to give them a chance to build some foundations. I like that mid round as well, right? If you're stamina, you spot out that aggressive player towards long. And you also catch 2 HGs if you're Eris. That's communicated over. And then they instantly burn it in towards B off the back of that info.
Like, Strife is starting to... Okay, that's a nice round. They were able to beat Timberman's overextension towards that A site. They saw the players. They rotated away, made a snap decision, and it paid off. Strife still playing without hesitation. You know, they're still mirroring what they were doing on that CT side. They were still making these individual plays, snap decisions. They're paying off, but right now, Timbermen, they're not playing their hands so early. They're letting the attack come to them. How are Strife gonna figure this one out? Well, I guess that's the way they find it out. Dare gets to post up on the A site. He's calling in for more support. However, Strife still have yet to pick up the bomb. 40 seconds, and someone's going to need to scoop that up. It's going to be the job of Joel's, but it seems like the play is going towards A. Not a lot of space garnered towards the B site, and with 30 seconds, there's not a lot of room to maneuver. Gonna creep and crawl up towards the sand side where all 4 CTs reside. This is gonna be a bloodbath for Strife if they can't find these entries, and it absolutely is. A quick triple rolls out for the side of Timbermen. Both players here on the site, and this is looking more like a save than anything. The entry has to be perfect, though. And it isn't quite so. It comes down to the 1v1. But with the bomb dropped by Dare, that's the round. 12-9.
Dare just doesn't give him a chance either. He just runs away once he finds that kill. Once he realizes fully what's going on right now in the round, he just bails out. And Timbermen, they read him like a book right there. Gamble stack on the A bomb site. A massive risk, but once it pans out, man, it's the best feeling. You went all in right there, and it passed the test. 12 on the board here for Timbermen. Strife going to get a comfortable reinvestment back in this next round.
Alrighty. And so Strife are in some trouble. They need to pick up this round or they might see the end of their season. They still play with gusto, right? They still have no hesitation in their play. But when it's the wrong one, when it's the wrong call, it doesn't feel all that great. See what they can make do here. But again, Timbermen are just going to play it passive. They're going to lean back in their chairs and tell Strife to come at me, bro. Far away and on these sites.
It's a good establishment of control right now towards short. Something that hasn't often been granted to them. Been a high priority here for Timbermen in some of these rounds. No flash plays to reaggress though. No trickery. It's just going to be an early concession.
Strife are looking to contact play. But there's a monster setup waiting for them. And the flash, but stamina not blinded up. Shane obliterated. Now Strife, they do have to hit the gas pedal here soon rather than later. And Frankie almost swings into the op again. The backstab from Snav, and the A site is actually all Strifes. Timbermen have completely committed to B, and Eris, I said it earlier on in this half, he is going to be a thorn in the side for this Timbermen defense because he was able to walk up A long for free, and the whole A site is exactly that. Bomb plant and a save. Just like that.
Yeah, I might have needed Snav to stay alive there. After he finds that first pick, you look at the time. Only like 20 seconds left once they make their way up connector. So if he was able to buy time, be a thorn, and their side, I mean, Eris had a great position, but they would have never needed it. They would have never been able to make it up con. Either way, Timbermen going to grab themselves a bit of a save here, holding on to the weapons. Strife on to double digits now, though, and they're ahead in this game. Just continuing to plant their feet here. As this game shapes up to be all too familiar. As close as it gets. With no way of really telling which way it's going to turn, right? You know, we see this recovery from Strife. Now some good opportunities. The money's not pretty for Timbermen, so a lot of emphasis put on who wins this round as to whether or not you keep this comeback going.
All right, so that's a start. Eris gonna be a bit of a win condition here. And the thing is about that round though for Timbermen, do they even know that Eris walked up long for free? Can they even adapt? Is that information that they even know? Just the fact that how smooth that round victory was, even if it was down to the final seconds, didn't even have to win a single gunfight to get onto that site. Everyone might not know what they just lost to.
Yeah, they can continue to be as effective.
Mm-hmm.
without even showing presence. A world of information. It's been those long lurks that have gotten the job done here. So what other than to replicate that exact same play for Eris, this time joined by Stamina. As it's more of an A-centric default rather than B-side. It was what we saw last round. But Stamina able to bait out an op shot there in the last time around to find the opening pick. That was a huge asset. Well, now he's getting sent on in to do it once again. He's got a deep angle towards long. Waiting for some sort of dry peek. Some sort of reposition to get a jump spot. And Snav is left a little bit lacking on this presence.
Oh, he's inside of bathrooms, and it's not going to get cleared. Back turned is Snakes. Droid with the 1-for-1 is all that's needed because Shane is here on backup. Double kill for him. Stamina is off to save. Strife love running these rounds down to the wire. Maybe it's starting to cost them as they can't clear out all the space. And that makes 13.
Gets the job done there. Get an excellent sight defense right there. Snav, it took him a little while to get flushed out of that position. That bought valuable time. It turned the attention away. Whenever you're able to turn the attention away from the rotating players, jump up, and bank, I feel like that's where a lot of these rounds can spiral out of control. And with Snav's position inside of the front bathrooms, I think that kind of established which way that was going to go very quickly.
Some really advanced positioning coming out of Timbermen, taking these off angles, forcing mistakes out of Strife. Who have loved their just long defaults into a play. But when Timbermen lean with their front foot forward just a little bit, when they do have map control coming down to those final seconds, those advanced positions are so darn powerful when you can't clear out every nook and cranny of the map. So an unexpected angle, nets results. Nets time for that rotate. Picks up the round for Timbermen. And Strife once again on a breaking point financially. Fall here and we can see Timbermen on series point.
We could. No chance to let this slip here. You can't let this round go. You need to show up. Stamina trying to get activated early, but he's been spotted on the jump peak. Now he knows it.
Reveals that op presence too. No mind to that though, as Droid gets flashed in for the peak, almost taking down Eris, but it's no good. It's going to force an extra rotate out of Timbermen, or is it? They're still going to stack up the B site. It's still going to be a potent hold. 35 seconds remaining on the clock. Running through the smoke is Joel's, holding down the spray as Frankie. Good damage down, but the kills still need to be converted. Dares arrive to the scene, though. Picks off Eris, providing support for Shane, who will land the first headshot. Running out of ammo, but gets the job done with the last bullet in the mag. Stamina getting picked off on the off angle. It is a back-breaking round for Strife to handle. It's 14 for Timbermen.
Oh my god, Shane. He made it look like it was the most difficult shots to land right there, but finally, once he just continues to commit to the burst, he starts landing those headshots, and it's such a relief. Here it is, just constantly bursting, right? It's such a scary position, but he knows how to use the ammo wisely, right? He's a long-standing anchor. And he conserves it perfectly. What a round right there. What a position to be in now. Timbermen looking to pull through here with the reverse sweep. Money. It's not pretty. It's not a good buy. Stamina, no op. A couple Khalils in play. Infinite. You might have to do a lot of the heavy lifting here and now.
I mean, they have full belt of utility, so there might be an idea here for Strife. A full execute? We'll see. Right now, it's mostly just splitting up into the default, so Back to the usual. No aggressive short side control. Maybe trying to send Infinite through Monster. They're prepping for it right now. 4 players outside Monster. And they're going to pop on through. Shane on the hold. Gets traded. Now Frankie inside of pit. Drops the smoke. Takes the fight, but can't beat the MAC-10. Strife are in. But Droid steals a kill back. Drops a molly. Makes things awkward for Strife. They're not fully entrenched. They haven't gotten the bomb planted. They have to fight for more space.
Jules quickly grabs onto that bomb. Starts to plant the digits in. This retake is largely an effort through heaven. And CT dare. Scope might be heard. Footsteps certainly heard by Stamina calling that one forward here. Stamina holds the line with the rifle. Snav doesn't get peeked on forward here. And Stamina gets caught by Dare. Adjustment landed. Jules falls. It's all in the back of Snakes in a 1v2. He needed to find it here. As a missed up shot comes through, but he can't land the burst. And Bomb is now chugging along here. Snav not sticking it. The op shot range on out. No, it's Snav actually that converts it. He wasn't on the bomb. It'll just land the kill. It's so tragic to watch that just completely fall out of their hands.
It's the MAC-10. Sometimes the spray is the way to go, like it is here. Like it wins the outright fight on the Frankie, but then it cannot bring it home on the pick in the middle of the open.
Ugh. That's tough to watch right there, right? You see how effective it can be at the start of the round. And how inconsistent towards the tail end right there. That's heartbreaking for Strife.
It's wild because they've called multiple timeouts to try and stem the bleeding here. 13-10, timeout. 14-10, timeout. They couldn't break Timbermen. And now, on series point, Timbermen have 5 opportunities. Now they are down to their bottom dollar. Strife are not out of this game completely, but to say it clearly, they have to win this round.
That's true. Can't argue with that much. The one out from here. Need to go flawless. Dare gets taken down low, but there's a nice little HE that chunks about 60 damage off the shoulders of Strife. This is a position from Frankie right now. If this is forward, full commitment.
Run boost. Oh my god!
Not like this.
A double kill out of Frankie. He finds one in midair. And that is catastrophic for Strife. So much information going the way of Timberman 2. Strife have to wait things out. They have to try to sow some doubt into Timberman's plans. They have to wait out this information. Oh, and even to boot a miss smoke. It gets worse. 2 players on this A site. Dare. Oh, he gets that spot in. He has it. AWP. He's holding that line as Snap swings in while they have util in hand. That's going to be an easy 1-for-1. And if you trade down to 0 here, it's Strife out of the series.
Can't afford to keep going 1-for-1 here. Dare trying to peek his head forward. You can see him taking every fight. Every which way.
Oh no. That was a smoke to try and get them in, but it's gonna come down to bank. It's all players inside a bank right now. It's a 1v1. Dare commit the shot. Snakes. He comes up with the triple kill. Every single player, all 5 of them, go head to head and bank. And Strife are gonna hold on.
I like that, man. What on earth was that right there? Finally, we see Dare miss 1 shot. And it's to close the game. The easiest way to finish the job has slipped through their fingertips. So we get to play on here, and 4 spies come through here.
They're on double eco.
Double save.
Yeah. I mean, if they win the round on this, then It couldn't get any more just... Couldn't get any more salt in the wound than that. And even then, Strife, their buy is not as potent, so I mean, it gives chances for a buy like this to find success. I mean, a lot of early space taken in towards short. Let that MP9 work. Alright, but now into the B site. First kill's there to Shane. Droid, 5-7, can only do so much, but so much damage. Perhaps Dare, though he plays his hand. But Stamina can't hit this shot either. Only 6 bullets in the MP9. Doesn't even get to fire them all before Eris dispatches of him. And just Snav. Pretty accurate to the smoke, all things said.
Must hit the pillar.
Yeah. But
Totally
Strife
that was wall bangable.
will live another day. Wish it was wall bangable, sure.
Yeah, big slab of concrete right there. Could you imagine just damn it, just shocked?
It's not 1.6, unfortunately.
Not quite. But right now I'm getting convinced that we will get all the rounds. It's going to be probably USPs in this next one. And then we'll get the gun round on round number 29. And if that doesn't go their way, it's forced by and 30. Looming ahead of Timberman. This is a scary position for any team to be in. So we'll see what they have in order. Try and close this one out. They might only get one more gun round to do it.
Just a scout for Snav, but the comeback is on for Strife. Money completely broken for a long while. And even then, the next purchase might be pretty paltry. Shane is probably going to drop over an op. Next round. Oh, what? Alright, but Snav not looking towards long. I think that will end this story. A cool scout headshot, but that is all.
That'll be it. That'll do. Execute on in. Again, not too far out of the picture that they gamble stack here for Timbermen. It's kind of there. Play in situations like these. Last week for the top connect. I like this little extra emphasis, this little extra umph that they have in the eco. Got some trick plays here in the late round, but one kill comes through from Droid, quickly dispatching. AK retrieved. Gonna have a tough time getting out of this, but another kill found. And now he can really escape. Not like this though. He's gonna walk right into Jill's crosshair.
Or is he? Kill is
that's
free
a
on
surprise.
If he takes down Joel's, I won't say there's gonna be financial problems. He almost does. But let's take out the Glock. All right. It comes down to this call. Last buy for Timberman. The final round of regulation would be an eco if we need it.
All the rounds. Unless I can close out right here. And like you said, could be overtime if they don't. Because of that force buy that they would be put into. They got to finish the job right now. This is their best opportunity to do so right here, right now. It's not going to get any easier than this with the AWP, with the rifles alongside them. We'll see if they can sink this one. They can continue to move forward into playoffs.
Right now it's Dare. Jump spots are here from Shane, but Dare's holding this aggressive angle towards the outside of bathrooms right now. Really advanced position. If they ever try to execute, if they don't flash him off his angle, there can be some serious problems. Oh, is this going to be a boost over the smoke? Ah, it's a bit messy. ESL not swinging, though, and that's going to make them think it's not the A site. Snap's going to rotate, but there's no commitment yet from Strife because they're only just now picking up the bomb. With 30 seconds, they're going to make a cursory effort towards B.
No utility, though, for these B players here. There's a single flash. They do need that third rotate to come on through, and Snav is just now joining up with the rest of the roster. But a barrel Smolly, tossed on in. He's going to flush him in towards the position.
Oh,
so much damage done. Frankie needs to hold the line, but he's only good for one.
Snap, though, he comes back in rotation. And Joel's, he's so low. He's on 14 points of health. Stamina's going to need to do the heavy lifting here. As Droid on the jump spot, he's trying to see if Stamina's on that angle. Only now does he get onto it, but Stamina fires a shot. He lets his position be known, but he still connects. Droid now in a 1v2 for the match. Knows where Joel's is. First kill is his. Stamina needs to connect as he switches back to the tech line, but Droid knows he can't hit the spray. We're going all 30.
Unreal right there, Stamina. Another huge clutch keeping him in this game. The IGL delivers in the 2v2 right there, leading by example. What a heroic round coming through from him. And look at this purchase here. Look at the opportunities that looms among Strife as they try and keep their head in the game. And now this is their easiest opportunity to grab 15, take it into overtime. Extra innings and the elimination matchup looming ahead of us.
I mean, 4 rounds in a row. But it's only taken 2 gun rounds. Timbermen have been on so many ecos to get to this point. The rounds they've been winning have not been clean. Man, does this game just come down to the... You can put it down to a single shot from Dare that could have ended the game. If it goes the full distance, and it might just because ESL is up to no good again up long.
Oh, there's a player jump spotting. Oh my god, ESL. This guy lurking out every single time has just been too much to bear. Flash being avoided there from Infinite. He knows he doesn't need to overstay because they have A. They have the entire A bomb site. They have them smoked off. They have them cut off. The rotation's eliminated. And now all Strife have to do is close.
And there it is. The shot rings out from Stamina. Down goes Dare, and overtime looms. 5 T-side rounds out of Strife. As we go into the depths of the night, or do we? Trying to keep a minute is Frankie, but simply said there's no kits. They have got to get all these kills and a defuse as soon as humanly possible, and that isn't looking likely as Strife are going to battle their way 5 rounds in a row. So you guys are still awake looking for your CS2 key? Well, don't worry, guys. While you're waiting, we got you covered. Welcome to Overtime here in ECL Season 44. The loser of this has their season ended, and they're going to have to wait for Season 45 for a chance at redemption. My name's Vi, joined by Cole Ector McHenry. Welcome to the evening hours, some would say.
Evening hours.
Uh-oh. This is going to be bad.
Ooh, yeah, they walked right into it. What a statement. What a way to start things off. Strife, a warm welcome up short. Infinite greets them with open arms, and they are set into a 3v5 within seconds of the round. That is not... I wanted to keep things forward here, and the comeback effort here. Strife have been looking so strong, and that continues here. They're going to flash around this corner as well. No
Goodness.
way, dare.
It's messy, but Droid, no way!
What?
He drags this one back into a 2 versus 2. Now,
Eris is on A. Oh,
yeah.
no.
The deal is, Harris is on A. Again.
He's gone and done it again. The stamina is lurking presence here towards Monster, hints that they are committed. He's shooting? Is he making noise? He's getting loud. Oh, and they're just gonna plant for heaven right now. Eris is inside heaven. Wow.
They think it's A. Oh, no. They thought it was A. Timbermen thought it was A until Stamina threw a molly into short. Oh, there could be some serious problems with Stamina holding the line. That's an easy shot. All right. Droid is on for the ace. An ace clutch required. Not today. Eris is on A every single round.
He's won them so many rounds with this lurk, man. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it, but he finagles his way in the most unreal positions. And I guess there's a good reason here that Strife like to dwindle that clock down to the last possible seconds. Right there, you saw that Eris was actually able to have time to get his lurk down in. He was able to get his lurk in early because of Infinite's double entry. But in rounds prior, they dwindle that clock out, and it's just Eris working these angles. It's just him trying to find... Is that a heavy? That's very fast.
Alright. But Shane from barrels, it's just a trademark position for him. Snags the first, but overextends for the next. Joel's almost doubles up. Frankie just holding on barely. No time for utility, my friend. Eris, he's not on the A site. He's with the rest of the squad, and he's going to be planting that bomb.
Numbers punched in here, and a chance for Strife to grab themselves 17. It's a fancy little wall bang you got there, but it's not breaking through this post lane just yet. Stamina and Eris, this dynamic duo at it once again.
Eris tucked away on the pit ramp here. It's such a nasty off angle. You might not expect it as you go across the site. It's a bit messy, though, on the spray. It's a 1v1. Dare, he knows where Stamina is, but Stamina's brought out the pistol. Ring around the Rosie around the site, but the no-scope is there, and time is there for Dare. It's 16 all.
There was one round where Dare needed some, like, close range op shot right there to finish the game, and it's when that pressure's not on him anymore, right? Obviously that round means everything, but look how confidently he's able to turn that corner and nail it. That is just incredible. Perfectly played, dancing around the pillar, and now they've gotten themselves tied up at 16 all. Absolutely incredible. Dare delivers once again, as he so often does for this team. It's late into OT, though. Second round here, and I think they might need 2.
All right, well, we're seeing a different look at Strife. They've loved running the rounds down to the last couple seconds. How about in the first few? Frankie on the trade, still on the hold, dancing around the pillar on site, catching players with utility in hand. The site's not clear, Eris. You got more jobs to do and more bodies to collect as Timbermen full rotate in mop up this execute. It's a 1v3 for Snakes. The op in heaven is going to snipe him down. It's Timbermen with the lead at the half.
Driving themselves 17 there. That's very confident. Very comfortable. Outside of that 1-2v2 that they let slip there versus Harris and Stamina in the first go around, able to deliver in the second time. They redeem themselves with theirs clutch potential, and then they follow up with a nice and tidy closer. So while Timbermen struggled in regulation, they might give themselves a chance here in the first overtime. All they need is 18 to give themselves, or 19 rather, to give themselves a chance to move forward.
Oh boy. We get later and later into the night. About to hit 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Shoutouts to you, Cole. The night's still young over here.
What is it over in the West Coast there? About 9?
10? Hitting 10 p.m.
Hitting
over
10.
here.
Usually, you know, if it's a quick day at the office here in ECL, that's when we finish up for me. Around 10:15 and 10:30ish
p.m.
Depends, like if you're casting a real smash, that can be, you know, your exit time right there. Imagine.
Yep.
We did start a little bit later too.
Oh yeah. But we're still in the marathon where this series has nearly lasted 4 hours. And also keep in mind, Strife were playing a series just before this. Strife have been in the CS server for maybe upwards of 7 hours worth of officials. Just put that into perspective.
Oof. It's a lot of Counter-Strike right there. Thankful that series before them didn't go to the third map.
Oh yeah.
It's good news for them.
Shall we talk to some results on the night here, Cole? Because we didn't really give a check back too much into it. On the mainstream, they had an equally as insane barn burner as we did, as they only finished up just a couple minutes ago. ATK took it 2-1 versus EG Black in just a multi-overtime map number 1 and a 30-round map number 3. What do you think of that one? ATK, you know, taking down EG Black. I think EG Black with Hex, to keep in mind.
EG Black with Hex, Junior, with all the names, man. It's a impressive result from them. Showed up, you know, nicely in EPL. Wasn't disappointed with the results. Maybe some struggles in Europe as a whole, but it was a weird situation for him anyways.
Oh yeah.
Wreck though, man, he's a baller. Coming into this roster, doing great work. 82 and 68
across the board. Love to see it.
Yeah, he's such a good player. Again, I always say this, man. One of the craziest players I've ever played against in my life.
Oh, crazy to watch as well. The man is just a machine. Good grief. 17-16. Timbermen with just a marginal lead. They had some good momentum running for themselves early on their T side, but it quickly petered out when Strife found a game plan. Can they renew themselves here?
Stamina. Taking a deep angle right there. Not feeling any sort of pressure. That's textbook Stamina right there. Confident as ever, even when we're in overtime. Not letting the pressure get to him. Meanwhile, this is a super B-centric default. They don't have any lurking presence. So it's just going to be an execute.
All right. Firing off, though. Oh, my goodness. Stamina rattling off 3, and then the spray downs there. That's a quick one.
Oh, boy. A statement made right there from Stamina. It's exactly what he's been delivering here. In regulation, the op multi-frags that have been dispersed from this guy has been absolutely insane. And he does it again. He fills the feed with blue. He makes Snake's job very easy in the back of barrels, just spraying down 2. They grab themselves 2 AKs as a reward. As Strife have set themselves up big time. That's striking fear into the hearts there of Timbermen.
Timbermen looking to be a bit more pacey towards the A side, Jules. Could have seen a leg underneath that smoke. Will drop one of his own in kind. Just doing solo work here towards the A site, providing a lot of pressure. Making himself look bigger than he actually is. Strife have been successfully slowed, or rather, Timbermen have been successfully slowed down.
Interesting here. I mean, we saw 5 players start the round off towards B last time. They had, for a short second there, a lurking presence towards A. This time around, no presence towards B at all, as all 5 players work the control towards bathrooms. You can get away with this sometimes, but this late and towards overtime, can you take this risk? Dare. He sneaks right underneath the scope, and everyone's flashed up. Dare. He doesn't adjust in time, and Eris has set his teammate up for success.
That's so good from Jules. He plays underneath the boost. He gets a double kill, and Timbermen, they're in tatters as they walk into this site as Infinite scoops up another. Running through the smoke is Shane. Shane and Snap, though, bring it back. Only Snakes just barely holds on as Shane finds a mowdown. Now Snap with an open path to the B site to put a 1v2. The winner of this round goes to series point.
Molly, deep in towards that retake right there. Stamina gonna move
just
past
running
it.
through
He's
it!
wide open, and they throw an 8 in, but he finds the first. He will drop Stamina, and now it's just Snakes trying to make his way out of heaven. He just his crosshair, not in time.
I can't believe it, Cole. I just cannot believe it. Just raw aggression coming out from Stamina. He wasn't expecting Snap to be swinging heaven. He thought he was just going to flee the scene and play the clutch. Snap almost wins it that way. Doesn't expect Snakes, though, coming in from heaven. What an effort, though, from Timbermen in the 2v5. Shane runs through his team's smoke and finds 2 kills. Timbermen are trying to squeeze everything out of these rounds. They need to now because they're staring down series point.
My God. Like you said, a nice attempt right there. But no cigar, Snav. Unable to win it. And it puts them Strife on series point. Did not think they were going to be able to get here. I talked about their potential on the comeback there when they were down 10-5. But even in the back of my mind, I didn't fully believe that they'd be able to make it happen. It looked like Timbermen were way too strong. But Strife have held in there every step of the way. Stamina leading by example with big clutches. Eris playing like a monster. But can they do it for one more round? Can they deliver one more round? That's all that they need to close off this book for the night with 2 wins in their pocket.
Man, just think about it. It came down to 1 shot from Dare. That could have ended the series. It would have been 16-10, and we would have been asleep 45 minutes ago. It's ballooned into this. Strife, the opening pick, looking to eliminate Timbermen from Challenger Season 44. It's coming down to a smoke fade. Snakes, if he just decides to press mouse 1, it's game over. But the smoke fades and Snakes has no idea what lurks behind him. The flash is turned, he spots the whole team. Stamina goes down next and it's down to Infinite. Out in the open, he gets a double. 3 bullets in the mag, and that's all. Now it's down to Eris. It's a 1v1. Bomb down on the site. Frankie on the other end. Jiggle peaks are there, but Eris swings, and it's double overtime.
We go again. No way. We play on for another overtime longer. These guys inseparable in the elimination match.
Good morning, EU.
Sometimes, and the way that they were able to sneak out, Snakes gonna watch that one back and realize what had just slipped right past him. Had no idea. That timing, it couldn't have been any worse.
All right. The gauntlet has been thrown down. Double overtime called in. But Strife hold on to that CT side. All things said, this has been their better side. They've looked stronger. They've had the better momentum on it. They had series point on it. Series points, our game-defining moments have come down to 1 versus 1s. Can Strife just end that narrative and push it over the line, or are we going to stay neck and neck? Push through playground. Stamina's angle is unfavorable if he doesn't choose to swing, which he fires, but no connection. Stamina sticks around, though. This man knows no limits. If anyone tries to overextend for Timbermen, they're going to feel the heat. But he backs away. It's just Joel's gearing towards party. Heading it to B. Here we go. Snakes out towards barrels, but Stamina's arrived on the scene, and he's just gonna lock in 2 quick ones. Is this done? Still fighting back, though. 25 seconds, and Dare has found 2. The Molly and the Op combined. Snake still at this barrel side, but nothing can flush him out just yet. Everyone is here on the B side. It's a party, and Snakes is enjoying it. Double for him, triple for Stamina. First round of double OT to Strife. Alrighty. A pause rolls in. Take this one back. Great rotation in from Stamina. Showing a lot of presence towards A long, and the last thing you expect him to be is on ground zero at the B site. Really solid performance. Right there out of Stamina. Keeping this CT side going for Strife. While Timbermen have to wait things out. No time to wait. They need to take this series. To be honest, there's not a lot of competition awaiting them in the next couple weeks. Once ECL finishes up. So not a lot of chance for practice. This is where all your preparation comes to a head. As a team here in NA, Dare will bolt in the first. Striking down Joel's. I'm really trying to make this season worthwhile for Timbermen. Frankie holding as the smoke fades, but Strife are prepared. Frankie falls. Timbermen a little slow to react here, as the rotations will be in time here on the A site. But Dare holds the angle. He takes down Stamina. It puts it down to Eris. Behind truck. Ran down by Droid. Out in the open and blind. He's finished. Strife, they're going to flash themselves through, but Dare continues to hold every angle until Infinite. He strikes for 2. He knows where both players are as well. Full knowledge in this clutch is so valuable, but the molly at his feet will give opportunity for Timbermen to plant and set up. This clutch got a whole lot more difficult for Infinite.
Did his best to pull it back, but I don't know if he can get past this crossfire here. They're ready to deliver this 1-2 punch. As soon as one takes contact, the other's going to swing here. And Droid, oh, he spots the info already. Infinite going to get stuck out of this one. Bomb past half tick. It's already a pressure applied.
Fires off the first. Needs to split up the difference. Finds the first headshot. Around the site, though. Snav will deny it. A near 1v4 out of Infinite. Deep into overtime. But it's equals. And we're waiting to see who will take the lead at the swap.
Man. Just can't separate these two here. We'll see if we get another 2-1 split. If that's the case, feels like we very well could get another one. We'll just keep on running. Utility tossed in there again from Joel's, doing a little bit of chip damage. That's a good sign. Timbermen could give themselves one extra. That could mean everything in this series. That could mean they could redeem themselves for all the chances that they let slip in regulation. They've given themselves that much opportunity.
It really is a true test of strength to be able to play this deep in the night for so darn long. Strife, can they hold on? This setup gonna be tested by 4 players of Timbermen, and Joel's dealt with ESL. They weren't ready for him up close, but the trade is instant. It's Infinite again, stamina surfacing. Back up from party, but Frankie sleeping at the wheel. Infinite from side dice. First kill is his. Dancing around for the next, but goes down. But stamina holds the cross, but there's no connection. 2 versus 2. The T's will cross into the site for a post plant.
Oh, flank towards long.
Oh my goodness. The flank locks in. It's a 1v2 for Droid, but he calls long cleared. He dances around the site and slips away in towards long. Do Strife know? Stamina seems like he knows. And the molly basically confirms it. Defuse. 2B stuck. Running through the molly. He will burn. It is Strife with the lead at the swap.
That's all you can do. You can only just run through the molly into your own demise. As the round is recovered, excellent trades right there coming through from Timbermen to kick that round off. But Strife have the heroics Infinite in these last couple of rounds. A multi-fragging machine, playing in the back of that dice position, delivering a kill, helping Stamina get himself into that round as well. And executed flawlessly there. Strife have given themselves the edge heading into the T side, but still, 2-1, it hasn't been enough in the past. Will we see that replicate itself once again?
We're off to the races. Strife, though, have to do it on the T side. It's where they struggled. They got 5 rounds in a row, yes, but that's more to the economy. Timbermen have a great financial base. They're not going to have to eco, but they will have to lose this opening pick. Dare misses his shot, and ESL seems to just be more resilient.
ESL and Long, I don't think you can name a better duo for the Strife T side. Look at this hesitation here, back and forth. Infinite on the aggressive maneuver. Jumping back though, Shane. That's a lot of information gathered here, and ESL has actually been bested towards long now.
Snav will deal with him. Hunting for the fight. He gets what he wants. But you know who's going to take up his stead, Cole? Stamina is now walking up long. They thought they dealt with the problem man, but it seems like someone else can take ESL's job.
It just feels like mind games at this point, right? Oh, you cleared out ESL alone towards long. Oh, it's all safe. You're all good. No worries. But luckily, they do bring in a second rotate. Second opinion.
What?
No.
It might not matter, though. At the end of the day, there's just so much space taken by Strife. It'll come down to a 2v2, and with Frankie and Shane so darn low, I mean, your chances of a ninja defuse are just simply impossible. And with the flank being watched here by Snakes, Frankie could just be a dead man.
Ooh, it's not being watched, though.
Both players are not watching connector.
No way. So one way to lose this round.
It's a double backstab. It's a double backstab. Joel's, he flicks back around, but now it's a 1v1. Him versus Shane. Both on the equal HP, but Joel's has the better position. It's 2 series points for Strife.
A little bit of patience right there. It's so perfect, but someone's got to watch connector, right? You can't be both turning your eyes right there. You just let Joel's hang around there, cover off the aggressive position if there is that play, and so it's just mind-blowing to me that no one is watching Frankie right there. It's just a simple necessity. And luckily Joel's, he bails him out of a bad situation, but just bizarre. As we get 21 for Strife, they've got themselves 2 chances now to finish the job on the T side. We'll see if that can be enough, or if we go yet again.
Oh, and Eris is in his territory
Oh
right
my
now.
gosh.
He's hunted down Dare on the opener 2 rounds in a row, and this could just simply be the series.
What an asset to take down twice in a row. 2 rounds back to back. Eris is bested Dare, and we know how impactful Dare can be with the AWP. And he just has to, in this entire CT half, watch from the sidelines.
I mean, Eris is playing out of his mind in overtime right now. He's walked onto this A site. He's lurked up long so many rounds, and so many times he's been successful. Grouping up for the B play to send Timbermen out of their ECL season. It's the pop on through, the burst into the site. Frankie inside a pit, outmaneuvered Shane. On the hold though, puts up a triple spray down. He will get eventually cleaned up, but that could just be enough for Timbermen to hold on.
HE doesn't do as much damage as I thought. One player in towards heaven, Stamina has it covered.
Oh, and Snav, he knows. He's picking the right opportunity to swing. It would be now as Stamina pushes forward. Now it's a 1v1. Stamina versus Snav, and Snav's gonna pull off the clutch. We just keep going.
You've got to be kidding me. There's absolutely no way. Again, it comes down to just one op shot to win the game. And these guys just can't land it. The pressure is so serious for these players right now. In this situation, you can see how much emphasis in the back of their mind they're putting.
A single shot to end the game. It was Dare at 16-10. Or 15-10.
And think about...
Didn't connect.
Think about how composed Stamina has been in so many different clutch situations to pull off the comeback, but when it comes to closing right there, finally a miss. Finally we see him falter. It's heartbreak for Strife, but the fortune is they gave themselves another chance at redemption here. But will they get the same sort of start here?
Triple overtime on the cards, unless Infinite sends Frankie into the water. An opener there. What's the move here from Timbermen? You can't get impatient. It's late into the day, yes. I mean, even put it from Strife's perspective, they've been on for upwards of 7 hours.
Non-stop gaming.
You gotta love Counter-Strike to keep it up for this long. Droid on the off angle. Flashbang tossed in. It's good. The trade's there, but Shane on the site. This man has just been a rock. He doesn't stop, but he can't convert the double. Man disadvantage for Timbermen. And Snav goes down next. Surely this is where it ends. Strife to send Timbermen out.
Surely. A 1v3 here, Dare. He'd be the man to do it, though. The clutch man for this team.
Oh my. The 5-7 is out. Can't be the off. There's just simply too many targets to deal with. The first is his, yes, but down to 19 now. And he can't beat Stamina. Double overtime needed. 4.5 hours of gameplay, but Strife are going to continue on in the lower bracket.
Complete the mission right there. After long last, they finish the job and they close things out right there. Absolutely surreal. The job done. Strife